I've got a lot today. This is absolutely crazy. I had a whole lot come in last night and it was nature again, so I want to talk about it. I went ahead and screenshotted what I needed so we could talk about the symbolism today. So last night, this doesn't feel ominous. It doesn't feel, I'm not picking up on anything malicious, anything violent. It's just something to take note of. As soon as I was writing that, I actually had an image of somebody in a waiting room. You know how when you go to a waiting room, whether it's a doctor's office or anything, it could be a vision center, and they have magazines. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. I'm getting a visual of somebody in a waiting room. This could be a female or it's a feminine energy, but somebody saw something they liked and either ripped it out of the magazine or took a picture of their phone. Like their phone, they took a picture of, like, maybe it was a recipe or it was a perfume or something. It was like they took a picture of the magazine. Or they just simply ripped out what they liked and kept it. I'm seeing that. And here's why I say that. Because I could have said something to make note of. But instead I said and wrote something to take note of. And then Spirit gave me that visual. So hold on to that. We may circle back around. Taking clips from magazines. Now also, I hear clip in magazine and I hear a gun. So that could fit somewhere too. But again, I'm not getting anything ominous. It's just protection. Could be that someone here is, there's some sort of protection. I don't know what that means, but let's keep going. So taking clips from magazines. Now let's get into what I was seeing last night. So as I was pulling in, there was a white cat, which I looked up the symbolism, and it says, in many cultures, it's thought that white cats have the ability to ward off evil spirits and negative energy. Okay? White cats are primarily a symbol of good luck. White cats are almost always calm and not aggressive, so seeing one could symbolize trust your surroundings. White cats have many fascinating myths and legends associated with them. They symbolize rebirth, happiness, prosperity, healing, and more. So there's that. And then directly after, literally in the same vicinity, when I saw the cat, there was a bat, which, crazy enough, it rhymes. But a cat and a bat don't usually hang together, right? You know, but they hang at the same time at night. Could be symbolic here. Some people hear something's going on at night. But anyway, they kind of, I almost feel like they kind of mean the same thing about each other, and then they cancel each other in a way, because the cat would be the, almost like, it's like yin yang, right? And then if you think about bats, so I googled that, and it says basically if they fly near you, apparently someone is trying to bewitch you. Now remember, this is just Google saying this, but let's keep going. So we have the bat, which can represent a multitude of things, usually some sort of keeper of the underworld, and but it doesn't have to be negative. And then there is the white cat, which could also be a symbol of the underworld, because cats are extremely spiritual beings, more so I would say than probably any other animal other than the jellyfish, which a lot of people overlook and they don't see, but they are like prehistoric. So we're talking cat and bat here, bat and cat in the hat. This is what I saw last night, and Spirit was like, remember it, write it down, and talk about it today. So now we have to put that together with something to take note of, somebody taking clips of a magazine, or taking clips from a magazine. I just got up and went and checked the magazine and the clip, and it looks good to me. So I don't know, maybe it has nothing to do with an actual gun, but for some of you, maybe you're purchasing firearms, or something to do with firearms here, or firehouse sub, what the hell? Firehouse sub, or fireman. I'm also hearing Wayne. I'm getting a lot. Okay, now it's coming through fast. So let's stay focused here. Wind it in. Let me see if I can get more of a visual of the magazine that someone's taken a picture of or has taken a excerpt from. I'm hearing, while some people here who are watching have taken clips and even pictures of magazines. Could have been of recipes, or you know, something you really liked in a magazine that you saw in a waiting room somewhere, or you took it and put it in something. But then there's other people here who are watching who've been taking screenshots of people online. Doesn't mean that it's negative. I mean, maybe, because, you know, bat and cat could be witchcraft. So, but also, while one is aware that that is in this world, in fact, even embedded in our food, witchcraft is everywhere. You'll never get rid of it. It will always be around. It's being performed on the people who are performing the witchcraft, and they don't even realize it. Because what you put out, you get back. You know why I know this. We've talked about it. So if that is here and there is a witchcraft vibe, I feel that this means someone should know that if they are casting things out, it's coming directly back to them. So you should probably stop, especially if you're doing it against other people. As within, so without. Now, moving forward, I'm going to put those to the side who that does resonate for. I don't feel like it's a lot of people. Let's focus on what I think this message is about. Because like I said, I had originally told you guys I don't feel like this is bad. Because I'm not going to allow that type of energy to control the message. We control the outcome, not that. So, moving forward, someone here has liked something that they've seen. They really have. And maybe they think, oh my God, I just want to look at that all the time. So what they do is they've taken a screenshot of it, or you have, somebody has, and they keep it on their phone. It could be because they think whatever they've screenshotted is beautiful. They think, yeah, it's a screenshot. It's either a screenshot or an actual photo. Like somebody may have just hit like save. They may have found someone's photos or something, I don't know, and they've hit save. Like they have these photos because they love them. Even if for the ones that is over here, these might be people who've saved images to cast spells on them, but they actually love them, or they wouldn't keep these images on their person. You see what I'm saying? Like, to be able to hoard items of a person's, there's a part of you that is connected to them, even if you're doing it for negative reasons. So it's like so bad. If it, you know, over here, I feel like the bat and the cat could be kind of bad for the people who've been casting the magic, right? I really do. It could be really bad. It could go not great, but it'll teach you to stop doing it to people, you know. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person or bad people who do it, because I used to do it too, and I changed. I woke up. I realized it was wrong, even if it wasn't mean. But even if it was, it's wrong, and it always comes directly back, because it's not for you to take those things into your hands, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with like defending yourself, but, or even like doing, you know, rituals and spells for yourself, just for yourself. But when it includes other people, especially if it's like to harm them, that will never work out, and you're never in the right, and it's never okay to do that. And even if you don't know that now, I think for those of you it resonates for, you will find out, and that's a fact. And then you won't do it anymore, and that's okay. You just got to learn. Like I said, again, it doesn't mean you're a bad person or bad people. You just have to wake up to that, you know, and a lot of times we just learn the hard way. But going again, as I said, I want to focus more on this group of people. Somebody either has a screenshot of you or has downloaded one of your pictures off the internet or something like that, or they've saved it, something you've sent them, or they've screenshotted it, or this is you. And why someone has done that is because there is an attraction. There is an attraction, and eyes have a huge thing to do with it. It's something to do with the eyes, or maybe it's just like, wow. Could just be like, I'm hearing love at first sight. And I do believe in that, and I'll give you a little rundown for those of you who are new, because not everybody's watched my videos. Yes, I believe in love at first sight. I just think of adoption. You know, you see a child who you didn't push out yourself, or you didn't make out of love, what people say, you know, but you see a child that didn't come out of you and wasn't created from love, like people like to say, you see that child and you fall in love with that child immediately because that's real love. That, like, wow, right? You don't have to have all that other stuff at all, actually. And so I absolutely believe in love at first sight. So this could be love at first sight, and someone's like, I can't believe my eyes. Wow. Maybe it's like, there's this overwhelming, and what it is it's bringing out of a lot. It's bringing out, I'm stumbling over my words. It's bringing out a lot of emotions in someone, especially if this is a person who doesn't usually express themselves like that. Or maybe they do, but maybe it's forbidden, or they're not allowed, or they just like don't know if they can. But it's it's like I'm seeing in The Labyrinth, that movie. It's like this deep dark side is coming out of someone, and also the light. It's like someone's feeling all kinds of different things when they look at someone, or when they it has something to do with connecting to another. I think it has to do with an image. It could just be an image that's ingrained in their head. Let's say they don't have any pictures, or you don't, or they don't have any screenshots, or you don't. Someone has an image in their head of a day that they connected with someone, whether it was in person or online or whatever. They had to be able to see each other somehow, whether on video or face to face, and someone's thinking about this day, and they're like, they have it ingrained in their mind. Going back to the bats, I had looked something up about bats last night when I saw the bat, and I did get something really cool. Just something I thought was worth noting in the video. It says, if you're reading this at Halloween and love spooky, ghoulish stories, then apparently the right eye of a bat kept in a waistcoat pocket will make a man invisible, which must be rooted in the myth that bats are blind. Wow. That's interesting. So invisible. There had to be a reason. Spirit just reminded me to look at that note I took last night. I mean, there was a reason. Invisible attraction, invisible eyes. Why do I feel like someone has screenshotted, or they either have screenshotted or they have a picture of someone and they like zoom in on their eyes? They're like invisible eyes. They think their eyes are like glass, or it's like, whoa, like something to do with invisible eyes, like something to do with ice. I don't know what that means, but maybe it means something to some of you. I don't know. Attraction. So whoever has this image ingrained in their mind, or they're literally looking at something constantly, they're manifesting a rebirth. Damn. This could be you. Whoever this is, that they could be thinking of you. It's somebody. Someone here is actually, by constantly looking at something, they're engraving it in their mind, or ingraining it in their mind, and or they already have the image ingrained in their mind and they think about it constantly, so they're constantly picturing this, thus manifesting it to come into reality. And I say that because the cat and the bat are both symbols of really like a deliverance of some kind, and a cat, rebirth. Oh, I got a really deep feeling just now. I was just sitting here, I took a minute, and I was thinking about cats, and I have cats. And I was thinking about their personalities. And they really are, in a way, passengers. Like, I believe my cats, all of them, in their own way, are healers. And if they're not human healers, they heal each other. Like, they're other cat healers. I feel like you have certain cats that are sent here to heal humans. I'm not kidding. It's like they even like, let's say a human has a negative attachment, a spiritual attachment, or maybe something people sent their way, or maybe it's from anything, having trauma, and they have a negative spirit attachment to them, whether they know it or not. Some cats can like move this energy out of the person, transfer the energy, almost like transmute it back into the environment away from their owner. And the cat will get an ailment after that, like maybe they shit blood, or I don't know, like I'm not even kidding, and then they're fine. It's like, and then you feel better because they're taking that from you. They're literally like passengers. of energy, and they're like your protectors. But then you have other cats who you just know when you connect with them, they're not exactly human healers. They're more so other cat healers. They're sent here to heal the cats who've just healed you. I know that sounds a little crazy, but it's the truth. I think this cat and the bat being together last night, me seeing them at the same time, and it was dark, so we have to take that into account, that it was nighttime, and it's making me think that if this is love, which I do believe it is, that this is love that is transformative. This is true love that is here or coming in. By that, it means whatever you go through, you're going to grow through. Whatever you go through, you're going to get through. And as individuals, or you already have gone through so much, and there could be a lot someone is about to face. Maybe even the both of you. For some, it's like there's people here who are about to face some pretty rough things, or one in particular. And it could be one who is waking up, someone who's awakening spiritually, maybe even for the first time. Who they have fallen in love with is already awakened. And this person is the cat in my vision. This person is the cat. The cat is there to transmute the energy of this bat, because the bat is coming from hell, literally. And the once was blind, but now I see. It's like it's like they're coming into the light, right? Because the bat was coming from under the patio, the cat was under the moon. It was like, come out. So I feel like this is a love that's going to show somebody, like the individual who's spiritually enlightened here, who's already highly spiritually enlightened. This individual, these individuals, could be you watching, could be anyone. These people will receive the bats with open arms and will have great understanding of them, because they know what it's like to fly out of hell themselves. And they're only a cat now because this is their second life. Some of them, their 5th, 4th, 9th, 10th, 20th, 50th, you know, because at one time they were the bat too, but they died and were transformed. And now they realize who they are in spirit, and that they are here having a human experience, and that we are in something called the human condition, and it is fragmented and dense, and there's a veil that fluctuates in density from time to time that you can see through, but you have to really try, and you have to focus, and you have to do a lot of spiritual work, and it can be isolating and lonely, and and a lot of things, and it will continue to be but the thing is, once you get past the majority of that fog and that veil, you can see through it enough to realize that other people can reach where you are too. So at that point, you are the cat receiving the bat with open arms, because they are flying out of hell. Some of you may be choosing to basically blow up your entire lives because you want to have a new beginning. And it's terrifying, because you realize you're going to lose a lot. You're going to have to go through so much. But your soul is to the point where you want to gain yourself back, even if it means losing everything else. You've never wanted to be more free than you do now. You just want to be. You don't want to have to be what everyone else is wanting you to be. You just want to be. And so in order for you to just be and come as you are, come as you authentically are, you have to unpack all these identities and all these things that you've allowed yourself to believe to be. And others can get let down. And then they're going to also have to have their own awakenings because of that, and realize that they should never expect anything out of you. They should accept you as you are, even if it means that you transform. They should accept you in that form as they accepted you in the form before, because that is love. And so you'll realize that you'll lose people. This is what a lot of the pain and the hell is, right? But you will get out of it and get through it. And you will still love these people the same, but you will see them from a different perspective. And you'll realize that they're not your enemies. They're your teachers, and you have learned a lot from them. And no matter how they are acting or reacting to your transformation, that's not concerning you. You must focus forward on the path that you have now. This is your new identity. This is your new and your now reality, whether they're on board or not. And you can't worry about it, and you can't turn around. When you turn around, sometimes you turn into a pillar of salt. You have to move forward. You have to be in the now. And right now, you are flying out of hell, or someone is flying out of hell, or they are being lifted. And there's someone on the other side whom you could call. I'm hearing the divine allegiance. The divine allegiance, whatever that means, is waiting for you. This is, or you are them. Can you imagine? It's almost hard to fathom. It's hard to keep the faith of, right? Like when you think about it, oh my God, really? There's going to be another awakened person here on this planet? Like, really? Because we know that's true love. That's why a lot of us are like single. Because we're like, wait, is someone else like, are we on the same energetic path, spirit? Like, are we the same energetic match? Like we both see? This person truly realizes what's going on here? Can you imagine that? For those of you who've been single for a while and you're like, I'm just gonna have to be this way forever, and I'm totally fine with it, because there's no other way. I would just be with just anyone now. They would have to be awakened. And there's different levels of ascension, but they would have to be awakened to the point where I'm awakened. And only the universe would know that, but I would recognize it, because real recognize real. So I would know. But I also don't want to have to go stressing and people shopping. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go around and say like, oh, and I don't want to do that. I just want to look at this picture. I just want to look at these eyes. I just want to focus on my main attraction. It's like somebody focusing on someone here is pulling them out of hell. It's pulling them through what they know they're going to go through, or what they're like blowing up their whole reality right now. They could be losing family, friends, partners, jobs, because I'm not even kidding. Yeah, someone's definitely doing it. I mean, it sounds like a movie, doesn't it? But that's true love. It doesn't have to make sense. You know, I've only met one person other than myself who's been willing to do that. I'm not even shitting you. Who's been willing to blow up their whole life and say, wait a second, either y'all hop on board or y'all can step out of my life respectfully, and you've chosen that, not me. I would love to take you with me, but this is the decision I'm making right now, and you don't have to understand it. I don't have to explain myself, and you don't have to agree. But if I'm going this way, I'm gonna need, and see, that's the thing, people who are ascending, we don't do that. We don't, because at that point we realize they can't come with us, because the majority of people can't. They just can't, because they choose not to. And it's a harsh reality, but it's something you realize, you know. It's actually a part of the ascension. You have to lose, you know. Every now and then the universe will surprise you and you'll lose, and some of these people will wake up and you'll get to reconcile later in life. But usually it doesn't happen, and you just continue to meet other people around the world who are like you, but it may not be a lot. May just be a few, but that's everything, you know. I heard someone say before, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I'd rather have 4 valuable people than a bunch of people who I'm just keeping around because I've known them longer, or because they're family, or because, you know, we have so much history together, or whatever. Like, you know, that's just a lot of weight and responsibility when I'm making all these other connections, and they're so free and light. And I don't have all this heavy energy. They don't even really care who I was or blah, blah, blah. They just care about who I am now, because that's what matters. That's true love. Love liberates. Love doesn't try to be like, oh, all these things, and weigh you down. And so whoever this is, whether you or the person whom I think Spirit is bringing you together with, whatever y'all decide to do with that, because it doesn't have to be what everyone else does in society, because we're not from here. So our love is not going to look like everyone else's. And if you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But I'm going to leave it there. This is actually a really beautiful message. I absolutely love this message. Talk to you later. Bye.